we're going to start it off by giving a warning, parental advisory, that there are there is some explicit content related to the card that is in the spotlight today. Don't usually have this type of material, so wanted to give full warning in case there's any kids out there or anybody else that shouldn't be watching this. Just to let you know, there will be a bad word coming up. So anyway, but let's get to it. This today's card in a spotlight. This is the third card in the spotlight, and this is the 1989 Fleer baseball card for Billy Ripken. So if you don't know about this card, you may hear the name Billy Ripken and think, is he related to Cal Ripken Jr.? Because I've heard of Cal Ripken and Cal Ripken Jr. Billy Ripken, not as well known, but Billy Ripken is the brother of the Oriole teammate, and he played for the Orioles, obviously, as well. So this is the 1989 Fleer baseball card for Billy Ripken. Not long after Fleer released its set of 1989 baseball trading cards, collectors noticed something a little bit unusual about the card featuring Bill Ripken, the Baltimore Orioles infielder and brother of the much more famous Cal Ripken Jr. Letters printed in black marker on the knob of his bat spelled out F-face. So I'm going to use F for the F word instead of saying out exactly what it says, but you can read it there on the card, as will flash on the screen there. But yeah, it's quite readable. It's not even one of those like maybe it says that. No, it definitely says that. So after the discovery became public, subsequent printings of the card were issued with the offending words obscured in various ways, and so that creates a number of variations of this card. So the original card obviously had the full words spelled out. They came out, I think the first one that came out after they noticed the issue was just a white blob over the offending words, kind of like almost like a whiteout blob. And I think that's even what it's called, is the whiteout error. Then they came out with another one that was scribbled over it in white, then one that was scribbled over it in black marker. And then finally, I think the most common one is a black square or black rectangle that covers the words. The original version that shows the words is often referred to as the error card or the FF card. So how did the words F-face end up on Ripken's card? So some observers offered the standard speculation that, it was just a prank pulled by Fleer or the photographer or people in the clubhouse. In fact, at one point, it was even Ripken's standpoint that, it was some of his teammates had did this as a prank on him. But as you'll see in a second, that's not going to be the case. So in December 2008, CNBC sports business reporter Darren Ravel wrote that Ripken revealed to him that he had written the offending phrase on the bat himself. So he finally kind of came clean in 2008. It aired it out. Yes, it was me. I'm the one who wrote that on there. So he stated that he had got dozens of bats in front of his locker during the 1988 season. He pulled the bats out, model R161, and noticed because of the grain patterns that they were too heavy, and he decided he'd use one of them at the very least for batting practice. Now, because of that, he needed to write something on the bat, preferably the knob of the bat, so that he could easily identify that that's his bat. His initials or his number might not be as easily discernible as something as obvious as this written on there. So so he decided that he needed something that he could just look at the basket of bats and know which one was his, even if it was less than a minute to get out there for batting practice. I mean, there was 5 big grocery carts full of bats, and so he wrote F-Face on it. After the season was over in early January, he gets a call from his PR guy, Rick Vaughn. Hilarious name. Shout out Major League. He said, "Billy, we have a problem." He told me what was written on the bat, and he could not believe it. He went to the store, saw the card, and came back. He said, "This is Billy speaking. We were in Fenway Park, and I had just taken my first round of BP. I threw my bat at the third base side, strolled around the bases. When he was coming back right before he got up to hit again, he remembered a guy tapping him on the shoulder, asking if he could take his picture. Never once did he think about it, grabbed his bat, posed for the shot, took the shot." He said, "I tried to deflect as much as I could. It was fairly easy to say that somebody got me with a joke because people think you're scum of the earth for doing something like this. But the truth is that, that's kind of commonplace in clubhouse, not necessarily headline news. They just don't get out there." So just as others had speculated at the time of the card's release, Ripken suggested that Fleer had not missed the obscenity visible in the photograph used for his card, but rather allowed it to pass through the production process in order to generate publicity. So he kind of came on the side and I guess currently still feels that way, that Fleer probably should have caught it, and Fleer probably saw it and actually didn't do anything on purpose because it would generate a lot of buzz and make people go out and get the card. So that's Ripken's, at least side of the story. And so that's how we ended up with the F-Face card for Billy Ripken's 1989 Fleer and all the different variations of covering up the offending words. So that's going to do it for Spotlight number 3. Going to be a baseball card for Mr. Billy Ripken, 1989. Fleer baseball card. If you enjoyed the content, guys, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more. We're going to dive deeper into some cards and maybe not as deep into some cards. Some are going to be obvious as to, like this one, obvious issues and pretty popularly known cards. And some are going to be more obscure. And there's not always going to be an issue like that in the background or something on the card specifically. Maybe it's just a high value card or an odd card or a short printed card or something like that. You never know what we're going to come out with. So make sure to smash that like button and subscribe so you can come enjoy each of these cards in the spotlights every week. We're going to be pushing them out every Friday. So come on back and check out next week's. We'll have a good one for you. Till next time, guys. Appreciate you stopping in. And make sure to drop a comment below of a card that you want spotlighted in one of the future series. Thanks again, guys. See ya.